Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at to cut a long story short, we're going to take a look at the GT team, the GT Tag, and whether it's been revived by the Zenkai to the green Goku and Vegeta tag unit, not Zenkai but the new unique, and also obviously the release of the Super Saiyan 4 Red Vegeta Ultra. Now I'm going to preface this by saying that obviously anytime a team gets two decent buffs, technically it should be okay, right? Like logically should make sense. You don't need, in competitive PvP, you only need 3 good units. So as long as you have decent Zenkai boosts for those units, which you do here with this team, then as long as you have those, you should technically be fine. This is the case, but it's also not entirely true for GT. GT is a really fun team, and I think there are definitely good GT teams there. And obviously it depends on your equipment, your investment, how many stars you have. But GT definitely feels like a good team, but a team that is very heavily carried by its Ultra unit. With that being said, I do think that Green, Legends Limited, Vegeta and Goku are actually really good. And I think they actually are very usable units. So again, although I'm saying that the team is heavily carried by the Ultra Red SS4 Vegeta, I do actually think the team itself has some very useful units. If we take a look at the 3 major units that I'm featuring on this team, the weakest unit is probably the Ultra Gogeta, largely because he's not nearly tanky enough to take advantage of his, full viability, and also because he doesn't suit the team. The team right now is more ranged, so it's more kind of range based. He's a melee type character, so he definitely struggles. In terms of fully boosting, fully accessing the team, and kind of syncing in with the Vegeta and the duo, who are more like a switch unit. And his mechanic is good, but remember his mechanic is directly countered by Vegeta, and you're going to see a lot of Vegetas around, so it's not something that actually you can see function really easily. Remember, Vegeta's new mechanic that he has is the nullification of combo breaker mechanics. So things like the auto UI dodge, things like the combo breaker from Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, things like the combo breaker from Ultra SS4 Gogeta. All of these things are now heavily countered by SS4 Vegeta once his unique gauge releases. So it's actually quite a big functionality step up for Vegeta, and it locks down a lot of crucial units, and it actually locks down this Gogeta who is on his own team. So there's one thing to bear in mind. It doesn't necessarily again mean that Gogeta is useless or anything like that. It just means that it's an interesting predicament when one of the units that you may consider wanting to use on your team isn't necessarily a unit that can function on that team. With that being said, looking at everything, I do think that Vegeta is definitely the primary damage dealer for this team, without a doubt. The green Goku and Vegeta are really good. I think their unique equip came in at just the right place for them. Hasn't made them ridiculously OP, but it has made them a fairly strong tag unit that you can use on GT to good effect. They don't necessarily provide the perfect coverage for Vegeta, but they provide pretty good coverage for him, and obviously with him being green and reverse green typing, I think that's something also super important to bear in mind. So they do have some good functionality there, which I think ultimately is pretty good. So yeah, I do think there is some good viability with them. Obviously their unique equip is very crucial. It has a very solid level of stats. The 3rd slot is absolutely fundamentally crucial towards how they do. how well they function. So that's definitely there for them, and is something that I would say is probably, I don't want to say absolutely without a doubt, OP, but it's definitely, you have to have it, and it definitely elevates them to being good. Like, it definitely elevates them to being a very solid pair of units. They can handle the battlefield, they can combo nicely. So when you do that, when you have all those things, I think it comes to a very good space for the team. And I think that's always something that's very, very important. With those two units, you have a good basis for the team. But then it's always a question of who is that third slot, who is that finishing unit, that closing unit for the GT team. Now, I'm going to be honest, I've taken a look at the Ultra Gogeta, and like I said, I just don't think he's there. I think Omega Shenron right now, the Legends Limited one's probably a bit better. I think Super 17's seeing a little bit of a resurgence right now. I think that's not too bad. I think if they can get a Zenkai out there, maybe for like blue Legends Limited Goku Spirit Bomb, I think that would be pretty good. So yeah, I think like there would definitely be some pretty good kind of units, some good things announced, and I think there would be like really, really solid stuff. It just depends again on really what you have at the time. And I think Ultra Gogeta I've tried to use, he still has some viability, especially if you can get him some good equips and can really hitch him at the right time. But it doesn't feel like he's ultimately impossible to replace on the team. I definitely think we will get a Zenkai, probably for Legends Limited Blue Goku. Just feels like the right play here. It's the right typing for the team. It's the right timing for his Zenkai. And I think it'll give players a good option to use that will enable them to have enough flexibility with the team. I think that ultimately is what it comes down to. And I think that ultimately is where it all comes together. Obviously, provisionally kind of looking at everything and looking at like the team, that feels like the final play. That feels like the turning point for the team, the final kind of viability for the team. Once you get that Goku in, once you get a Zenkai in, I think they'll have a good tanky, damage dealing, utility kind of unit that'll cover everything they need. And them Legends Limited Goku and Vegeta, the Ultra Vegeta, will make a very nice temp GT team that will function really, really well. So I really do think that will come together nicely. I think it's something that works really, really well, and that I think people should really consider. I think it will happen. So I think that'll be the final piece, and then I think GT will really be competitive.